Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Mrupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishnanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Takanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalptarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanabhaya Namaha Pankajamalini Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Hare Krishna. Usually I don't sit in the class where reading is going on because I fall asleep. If somebody is speaking, we can remain awake. I will narrate some pastimes. Then in the end, I will read out something. So, Srila Prabhupada Tatrapi Durlabham Manye Vaikunta Priyadarsanam Durlabham Manusya Janma. It is said in 11th canto Bhagavatam that it's very, very difficult to get a human body. Right? But more difficult, Durlabham means Tatrapi Durlabham Manye. Almost impossible thing is Vaikunta Priyadarsanam. Means having darshan of a pure devotee. Right? So, we are very, very fortunate. Srila Prabhupada walked on this earthly planet, and so many people have got darshan of Srila Prabhupada. Nowadays, in US temples and Canada, everywhere, there are more deities than devotees. You never see our temple even 1 second late. Darshanarti, Mangalarti. Even 1 second also we don't become late on time. Prabhupada said, deity worship means when the altar is open, you must be able to adjust your watch. 7:15, 4:30, 7 o'clock evening, like that. But in America, you have to wait 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, because there is only one pujari covering all the deities. वो बेचारा थक जाता है. And then he has to do arati, and then he has to sing also. Here, we have competition. Who will sing Guru Puja? Who will sing Mangala arati? Sunday Kirtan kaun gaega? There is a fight, Sunday Kirtan kaun gaega? There, once I went to some foreign temples, America. They used to, you want to sing? You want to sing? Yeah, what I will sing? Nobody is there to sing chorus. But Sridhar Maharaj was telling, when Prabhupada was there, Prabhupada would glance at somebody. He would go to some programs, he would glance at somebody. And then he would come and join. Once one lady, Prabhupada was there in Berkeley Temple, San Francisco. Both are twin cities, like Hyderabad, Secunderabad, Berkeley and San Francisco. In front of Berkeley Temple, there is a hill, mountain. So one lady, she went up. Then she was meditating. Krishna says, Jnana yajnyan chapyanye yajante mam upashita. That is ahangopasana. Ahangopasana. Thinking that I am God, I am God. So she went up and then she was sitting and meditating. I am God, I am God, I am God. I am ordering. San Francisco weather is very bad, it's very fickle. Sometimes you see the sunshine. Once I was in San Francisco, Raj Bhoga took me to Golden Bridge, it's a very famous bridge connecting both the cities. And then he was explaining everything, and then suddenly it became cold. I was shivering. Raj Bhoga asked me, you didn't carry a jacket? I said, no, Prabhu, it was sunshine. You don't know weather, you fool. All the time you have to carry a jacket. And he said, 3 W's are very fickle. Who are they? Woman, work, and weather. Anytime wife will leave and go. You are sleeping and then morning you see letter, I am leaving. Friday evening you get notice, from Monday onwards you don't have to come. Anyway, so whole day sun did not rise, Whole day sun did not rise. Then she got a doubt whether I am God or not. Then she came down, and then devotees are distributing pamphlets saying that His Divine Grace is going to give lecture. So she took the sheet, and then she sat. So Prabhupada was speaking, looking at her. We are not God. Sun is not servant of ours. If you tell, he will rise. If you tell, he will set. He will rise on his own. You are not God. And then she was struck, Hey, Prabhupada is speaking to me. Prabhupada is speaking to me. And immediately she joined. Immediately she joined. Like that. Anyway. So when Prabhupada would glance at somebody, he would become a devotee. And then all the devotees, they would feel that Prabhupada is speaking to me. And Prabhupada is very personal. Right? You neglect somebody, then you don't wish somebody, you don't care for that, that means there is impersonalism in our heart. Prabhupada would, minutest things he would observe and he would tell devotees, thank you very much. Like one pastime I'm going to narrate. There is one devotee, Bhakta Das. He was narrating that once Srila Prabhupada came to San Diego temple, and then he was received by all the devotees very great with joy. Then Prabhupada went, then he went to his room, then he sat, and then he took out, then all the devotees gathered around him, and then he took out some cookies, and then he gave it to everybody. Then everybody ate. Then Prabhupada told, please go wash your hands and feet, mouth and come. Prabhupada said, every time you eat, you must wash your feet, mouth and hands. You do it? All of you do it? Huh? Like Raj Bhoga once said, when we are while honoring prasad, 3 places should be wet. Before you sit for prasad: feet, hands and mouth. While washing your hands, 4 places should be wet. Right? After prasad, your feet, your mouth, your hands and the eyes. You should have tears in your eyes. Today I got to honor prasad. It's a very great thing, honoring prasad like that. So we should be very careful, not that you eat something and napkin se saaf kar liya. Make sure that, right? Prabhupada taught, once Prabhupada was there in Vrindavan, and then he saw devotees drinking water, touching the lips, glass. Prabhupada said, they're Brahmanas, they drink water like this. Right? You should follow. All these Vrindavan Vasis, they will criticize me that his Guru Maharaj did not train them properly. That gada gada, nahi peene ka. Right? That is Brahminical. Washing feet and all that. So Brahmana, that's why Prabhupada said Brahmana means clean, all the time, very clean. Many times I told, Radha Govind Maharaj says, there is some Chandala women, they sell rats and dead rat skins and all this, they do gardi, walk on the rope, they beat each other like that, Chandalas. One day she was chastising her son. तुम्हारा भाग्य अच्छा था, मेरा कुल में जन्म लिया. नहीं है तो सामने वाला ब्राह्मण का घर में जन्म लिया होता, ना के मर जाता. At least 3 times, Pujari, Brahmachari means, Prabhupada said, at least 3 times in a day you should take bath and change cloth and all. Anyway, so once Prabhupada, the same time, Prabhupada was along with his devotees, he entered the place, and then Bhaktadas, he was actually painting and chanting very loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when he was standing on a CD stair, and then he was painting, and then he was chanting loudly. Right? He was chanting. Very important pastime. Please, you can follow this. And then while painting, he was chanting. Then suddenly there was some noise, and then he saw. Suddenly he saw Prabhupada. Immediately came down from the stairs, and then he offered obeisances. Then Prabhupada, thank you very much. So, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj told him later that Prabhupada, when he was entering, he heard your loud chanting. Then he told us, remain quiet. Remain quiet. So he enjoyed your chanting. Very good, like that. Once Prabhupada was there in Stenson Beach, he was fallen sick. Then he came out of the hospital and they told resort, beach resort. They hired a guest house on a beach resort. And then Prabhupada was staying. And then Govindas Mataji and Gaur Sundar Prabhu, they were all serving Prabhupada. So Prabhupada was there. Prabhupada liked pink gulab, pink roses. So every day, Govindas Mataji, she would collect pink roses from the garden and make flower vase, gamla. Then put it near Prabhupada's bed and like that. So one day Prabhupada was observing her from the first floor. So later on, Srila Prabhupada commented, Govindasi is a very simple girl. Right? Very simple girl. Then they asked, why Prabhupada? Because while plucking the gulab, roses, she was chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Pastimes, right? While doing Gundicha Mahajan, everybody was chanting, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, right? Later on, Prabhupada commented that this Jayananda is a very nice devotee. He's a very nice devotee. He said, why? Because, Prabhupada, Jayananda Prabhu, he was actually driving a taxi. He was a mechanical engineer, but he was driving a taxi and maintaining San Francisco temple. Then he was a rag picker, he was a cleaner, he was a temple commander, he was temple president, everything. He's doing everything. Anyway, so Prabhupada commented, while driving the taxi, he's always chanting Hare Krishna. While driving like that. We should actually develop this habit, while doing service, we should do either chanting or chant some shlokas, or remember Krishna's pastimes. We should not let our mind, because it is very important, manasa vacha karmana, we should engage, then only Krishna will observe us. Like Mother Yashoda, while churning the butter, our mind, body and words, they are all the three are engaged in Krishna's service. Then immediately Krishna came. Right? While doing service, we should not let our mind think about so many hundreds of things. Right? Like that. So Bhaktadas Prabhu, once Radhanand Maharaj came to meet Prabhupada, and that time he was having matted locks and all that. So he heard that he was there in Vrindavan. So he came to touch the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Then the Prabhupada's assistant, he reminded him that you don't touch lotus feet of Prabhupada. Stay away. So Radhanand Maharaj looked at Prabhupada. Prabhupada looked at him. Take no problem. Then he extended his feet. Then he took the dust. Like that. So once Bhaktadas Prabhu was, Prabhupada was in Los Angeles temple, and then he sat, and then Bhaktadas Prabhu, he came. Then he asked, are you all chanting 16 rounds? Are you all chanting 16 rounds? Then Bhaktidas Prabhu raised his hand. He said, Prabhupada, my temple president, he Dharmatma, he doesn't give me time only to chant my rounds. Whole day service, whole day service. That's why I'm not getting time to chant my rounds. Then Srila Prabhupada said, okay then, sleep only for 2 hours. Give up your sleep and then chant. So, but don't reduce your work. Right? So, later on he was saying, most of the devotees were not chanting 16 rounds because they are so busy rendering service. But Prabhupada told him. So that's why he said, till night 1 o'clock I would chant, I would keep chanting my rounds because Prabhupada told me, reduce your sleep. So Haridas Thakur, I was reading Haridas Thakur, glories of Haridas Thakur. So Mahaprabhu asked him, what is your sickness? Haridas Thakur replied that Mahaprabhu, my sickness is I am not chanting my prescribed rounds. Prabhupada writes in the purport that Haridas Thakur used to chant 3 lakh names, but I have given you only 16 rounds. So the most important instruction of a spiritual master is to chant 16 rounds every day. That is the most. If you are not chanting 16 rounds, that means you are a sick person. How many of you are not chanting 16 rounds? Huh? You are sick, that means. Right? Chant 16 rounds. बहुत सारे लोग इनिशिएशन ले लेते हैं और they don't chant. They promise in front of the fire. Right? Because so much service is there and all that. But if you can actually practice this habit, I did this and then with great result. With great result. You can also follow. Prabhupada, somebody asked Prabhupada, how do I distribute more and more books? I didn't bring mala. So Prabhupada said, he took out the mala. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shridvaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare. You finish your 16 rounds and then put your bead back. You can do your service very successfully. Right? Very successfully. Please do that, those who want to distribute books. Right? Previously, I used to struggle a lot carrying a briefcase. Katkata, donor lonka. Many times I used to get insulted. Right? Collecting some money I used to collect. Right? Now, after I started practicing this, 16 rounds and 2 hours reading Bhagavatam every day. So, money started coming on its own. I don't have to go out now. People come and give. Ramarupa, you are not well, I will send you. Prabhupada was telling Tamal Krishna Maharaj, in Mumbai, there is, without going out of the temple, you can collect all the money. Tamal Krishna Maharaj told, Prabhupada, please tell me the trick. No, if I tell you, he will become lazy, you won't go out. But Prabhupada told me, I don't go out only, money is coming. Like that. How it is coming? These 2 things. One is, chant 16 rounds, at one go. No interruptions. No, I have taken a vow not to touch my phone while chanting. I keep it aside. No phone, like Loknath Maharaj says, 11th offense. Nokia jap. Right? Nokia jap. Nokia jap means jap Nokia. Jap no kiya. Right? How many of you check your mails? Right? There are YouTube japa, right? YouTube japa, WhatsApp japa, Instagram japa, Facebook japa, then email japa, right? So all that you cut it out. One thing you do nicely, chant nicely, without distraction. Chant all your rounds. Vijay Prabhu was telling that before Mangalarti, if you chant 3-4 rounds, then after Mangalarti, again immediately after Mangalarti, you chant remaining rounds. It amounts to chanting 16 rounds at one go, because while in Mangalarti also you are chanting only. So that way also it counts. Otherwise, those who are congregation devotees, Saturday and Sunday, when they are on holidays, you can practice this. Otherwise, other days they have to go to office and cook and all that. So congregation devotees, they can practice on Saturday and Sunday, or holidays, on festivals. Chant all rounds at one go. Otherwise, I see devotees, night 10 o'clock, struggling to finish your rounds. They go around struggling to finish rounds. So once you leave, by the time 10 o'clock, sun rises completely, and then it's completely mode of passion. Very difficult to concentrate on chanting. You are very eager to finish your rounds, right? So I'm going to tell you one very interesting pastime. So Bhaktadas Prabhu's original name was Bill. So on the day of initiation, Prabhupada called him that your name is Bhaktadas. What is the meaning of that? Srila Prabhupada asked. You are a servant of a devotee. Then I will read out. Prabhupada told, the more you think of yourself as a servant of a devotee, the more you will make progress. The more you think of yourself as a master, very faster you will go to hell. Right? Majjanma phalamidam madhukaita bare mat prarthaniya mat anugraha eshayeva tad bhrutya bhrutya paricharaka bhrutya bhrutyasya itimam Smaralokanatha. Right? My dear Lord, make me servant of your servant of your servant of your servant of your servant. 7 times. Right? Very interesting. So, this servitorship, Prabhupada, na kevalam me bhavatasya rajan savai balam balinam chaparesham Parevare me sthirajangamaya brahmadayo vasham pranita. In this shloka purport, Prabhupada writes that just like the source of every light energy is the sun, in the same way, source of all strength is Krishna for everybody. Without the mercy of Krishna, nobody can become a Prabhu in this world. Whatever little Prabhutva we get, it's only by the mercy of Krishna. Then Prabhupada writes, very interesting purport, that after millions and millions of lifetimes, a living entity becomes submissive and accepts that I am an eternal servant of Krishna. We have, Prabhupada actually taught us this. Otherwise everybody thinks, boss and boss. I want to become master. Everybody wants to become master. But Prabhupada is teaching Bhaktadas Prabhu, you become a servant of Krishna. There is one more devotee, Ron. So usually in initiation ceremonies, Prabhupada would give whatever, the name, first letter, they add names. But Prabhupada, for Ron, he gave Uttama Shloka, because he was expecting some Ramdas or something like that. But he was surprised. Then he asked Prabhupada, what is the meaning of Uttama Shloka? Means Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was praised by the best of the songs. Then he was surprised why Prabhupada gave the name. Then he said, I am a musician. Then I try to make some songs and sing for the Lord. So Prabhupada came to know or something. So that's why he gave the appropriate name, Uttama Shloka. Like that. Nowadays, email, WhatsApp messages and all, right? But during Prabhupada's time, they used to write letters to Srila Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada, while taking massage, he would dictate letters, answers to the letters. And then Prabhupada is very particular to answer each and every letter. Each and every letter. So, Bhaktadas Prabhu, he became president of one temple. Then he wrote, he wanted to, then temple president has to give a report to Prabhupada. What all books they were selling and all that. Then Prabhupada, so he was writing to the Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of ISKCON, the spiritual master of the whole world. So he was very tense. Hours and hours, days together, he was thinking what to write. Then he composed a letter, to Prabhupada, giving all the report and all. Then Prabhupada wrote back saying that it looks like you have received the blessings of Sri Krishna. Prabhupada knows. You received the blessings of Sri Krishna. And then, please carry on this message. The pastime I am going to narrate, especially very interesting instruction Prabhupada gave. Listen very carefully and try to implement in your life. Right? It is meant for all of us. Uttama Shlok Prabhu, he gave a report, how many books they were distributing and all. So he gave a very nice report that so many thousands of books, we are distributing and all that. So Prabhupada said, I am very happy to know that you have distributing so many books. You want to sit in the chair? Sit. Please sit in the chair. No problem. So Prabhupada, he asked a very shocking question. Are you distributing books by preaching or by cheating? Have you heard correctly? Prabhupada asked, are you distributing books by preaching or by cheating? And he was shocked. Because a lot of cheating was going on, at that time. Even sometimes I used to, many times once I was managing a VT bookstall. I was many years back. I was VT bookstall in charge. So people would come and ask, do you have Mahabharat? I would give Bhagavad-gita. Yeah, this is first part of Mahabharat. Ramayana, you have Ramayana? Yeah. Ninth canto Bhagavad. Yeah, this is Ramayana. This is cheating only. Anyway, Prabhupada, then Uttam Shlok Prabhu asked Prabhupada, what do you mean preaching or by preaching or cheating? Then Prabhupada replied back, saying that if you are, while preaching, if you are thinking that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Krishna is the supreme friend of all living entities, and then Krishna is the owner of all planetary systems. While preaching, if you think like this, then you are preaching. You are distributing books by preaching. Otherwise, you are distributing books by cheating. Gunamai? समझ में आया? Huh? Prabhupada is not a reader. They gave, thousands of, they distributed thousands of books once. Then they gave a report to Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada wrote back saying that I am very, very happy that you are distributing thousands of books. Then he added a note. First, save yourself first before preaching. Save yourself first. The highest principle, the greatest principle in this world is self-preservation. Prabhupada once he wrote in one of the purports, self-preservation. First you should save yourself. Then Uttama Shlok, they said they were jolted. Because we are thinking that we are saving people. Right? Prabhupada said, the greatest complaint about my disciples is, they don't read my books. Right? They don't read my books. Real Prabhupada follower, real Prabhupada follower is the one. Somebody once, Srila Prabhupada asked, are you studying my books? Are you studying my books? He asked one devotee, Prabhupada, every day I am reading your books. Prabhupada said, no, I asked, are you studying my books? There is a difference between reading and studying. Studying means scrutinizingly reading the books and understand and then able to repeat. Today, I want all the devotees who are sitting here, take a vow in front of the deities that not a day would go without reading Srila Prabhupada books, at least one page. How many of you are ready? Not a day should go without reading Srila Prabhupada books. Right? I don't tell anything which I am not doing. I am doing it last 2016, November onwards. Every day I am reading Srila Prabhupada books. Not a day passed till now. How many years? 7 years? 9 years. 9 years. Not a day is passed, that I have not read Prabhupada books. Every day I read Prabhupada books. Take a vow. Then your life will change. Your life will change. There will be a tadvag visargo, janatag viplavo. Right? Prabhupada writes, in that verse, it will create revolution in your spiritual life. Yasmin prati shlokam abadvadvi api. Namani anantasya yasho ankitana. Shunvanti gayanti grunanti sadavaha. Right? Take a vow, at least 5 pages, 10 pages. Read. Right? Don't read, whenever you get time, read Srila Prabhupada books. Right? I used to hear so many, this Leela, that Leela, das. Don't hear all these lectures. Right? Oh, I read only Prabhupada books. I hear only Prabhupada lectures. Pure devotee. Right? Based on one verse I learnt. Sa Shraddhaya Bhagavat Dharmacharyaya. This verse you will find. Sa Shraddhaya Bhagavat Dharmacharyaya. Jijnasur Adhyatmika Yoga Nishtha. Yogeshwara Upasanaya cha Nityam. Punya Shravaha Kathayaha Punyaya cha. Beautiful verse. In that, Prabhupada writes, Yogeshwara means pure devotee, Yogeshwara means Sri Krishna. The greatest service you can render to a pure devotee is to hear from him. I said, wow, I should hear from Srila Prabhupada. That's why I have taken a vow. So all of you also, take, and then you come and tell me, wow, Prabhuji, kya advice diya aapne? Aap bolenge. Your whole consciousness, everything will change. Your whole life will change. If you read Prabhupada books every day, study, scrutinizingly. My advice to brahmacharis is learn the verses also, important verses also. And you read first Bhagavatam. Now I don't read in a chronological order. I take a pastime, pastime, and then read thoroughly. Prabhupada said, if you read my books one chapter 10 times, then you will understand. That's why I read. I take one chapter, then I read 10 times. Then yaad ho jata hai. Then meanwhile thoda shlok bhi pad lena. Right? Will you follow this advice? Huh? Marne ka time may be, even if you are traveling by flight, later. Anyway. Once Prabhupada, Uttam Shlok Prabhu wrote a letter. He was saying to Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, in Toronto, there is one Christian group. They were shifting from that place. And then there is a very beautiful building. There is a beautiful building which is very suitable for our temple. Would you like to take it? There is a high ceiling, and then there is a quarters for brahmacharis also, and all that. So Prabhupada asked, how much? He said, $500,000, $500,000. Prabhupada said, it is too much. That means you are purchasing anxiety. You are purchasing anxiety. So from now onwards, only thing you will think about is how to raise this money, how to raise this money. You will stop thinking about Krishna. So then Prabhupada later on visited Toronto. So Uttam Shlok Prabhu, that time he was there in Toronto. Then he was praising that building again. Then Prabhupada said, okay, let us go and see the church. So he saw everything. And then he found one book, How to See God. How to See God. Then Prabhupada asked, can I purchase this book? No, you can take it, Prabhupada. It is free. The Christians, they distribute, free. They have Vatican, they have so much, tons and tons of money. Nobody becomes, anyway. Prabhupada says, Anindaya. There is one shloka, Ahimsaya Paramhamsa Charyaya Smritva Mukunda Acharati Argya Siduna Yamair Niyamair Anindaya. Anindaya, Prabhupada writes, don't criticize other religions. Anindaya. One should, devotee, if you criticize others' religion, your mind will be disturbed. Anyway. So he was, then Prabhupada told in the car, read the book. It's going on. Prabhupada said, rascals, they don't know, they are bluffing. They don't know what is God. They don't know anything about God. They are simply bluffing. Like that. Anyway, so Prabhupada, one day, he got up, said, let us purchase that building. Do you think they will give for $300,000? You tell them, Prabhupada made it very interesting. You tell them that along with Krishna, we will worship Jesus Christ also. Jesus Christ also. Then Prabhupada, Uttam Shlok Prabhu, he told, Prabhupada, we are purchasing anxiety. Prabhupada said, let us purchase anxiety. Otherwise, we will simply sleep. Prabhupada told Brahmanand Prabhu, can you give, how much money you have in BBT account? Abhi BBT temple, jagada karte hain. Prabhupada, that time Prabhupada was whole and soul in charge. So Prabhupada told Brahmanand Prabhu, please give, not please, you give $100,000 to temple for purchasing this place. Prabhupada, we never gave that much money to any temple till now. Prabhupada said, that's all right. I am telling you, give it. He gave. Even now, that place is there. Prabhupada, so that is like, it is like that, Prabhupada, whatever Prabhupada says on the context, that is perfect. That is also perfect, this is also perfect, pure devotee, whatever he says. Don't purchase anxiety for some devotees. For a person like me, I should not attempt to construct the temple and all. I am not very good. But for me, it is purchasing anxiety. Anyway, so once Prabhupada was there in Allahabad Kumbh Mela, he asked, there is darshan was going on, and then Prabhupada asked, how do you prove that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Somebody said it is in Bhagavad-gita. Then Prabhupada told that, it is a Eastern scripture. It is Eastern scripture, who cares? Somebody told, because, you spiritual master, you are telling, so they will say, I am an old man from India, why would they care? All Prabhupada defeated all the statements. Then Prabhupada told one very interesting thing. When you are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you feel great pleasure. That's why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Like Giraj Maharaj, he was, Prabhupada told, Boston University, you chant Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, you will become tired. But our devotees chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, for hours together. They don't become tired because there is no inebriation. You don't become tired of chanting Hare Krishna. Oh, very nice. So later on, all the party came to Mumbai. Then Prabhupada was walking on the Juhu beach. Then Prabhupada asked the same question. How do you prove that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Gurudas Prabhu, I said, I know. I know. He came forward and told Prabhupada, because when you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you feel great pleasure. That's why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada said, no, that is your personal experience. Because it is said in Bhagavad-gita, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. Gurudas Prabhu. That is Prabhupada, Once one devotee, Uttama Shlok Prabhu, asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, can I get married? Because I am very disturbed. Then Prabhupada said, yeah, why not? Then he commented that in the temple there are many devotees who are having a problem with lust. They are unable to practice brahmacharya principles. So Prabhupada said, then they should get married. They should get married. But Prabhupada, these big devotees, sannyasis and all, they say that entering grahasthashram is a fall down. Interesting, Prabhupada made a comment. Fall down? From where? From where? You are already fallen. Where you will fall? Once I was in Mayapur, some devotees are asking my friends, so, Prabhuji, why so many devotees falling down in ISKCON and all that? Then I told, I will never fall down. They were shocked. How you are saying? You know, then I said, how can I fall down? Like a snake, from where it will fall? If you are on some top, then you will fall. But a snake, where it will fall? It's already on the floor. Is it not? Like that, I am like a snake, I am already fallen. From where to I will fall down? Oh, anyway. Yeah. Then Prabhupada said, this, kidhar ja rahe ho? So Prabhupada said, there are, these people are not big devotees. Prabhupada told, these people are not big devotees. Just because he is a sannyasi, he is not a big devotee, Prabhupada told. Actually, these people, they force me, they bother me so much. Give me sannyas, give me sannyas. That's why I don't want to be bothered by them. That's why I give them sannyas. Right? Then Prabhupada told, who is the big devotee? Somebody who is serving Krishna very humbly. He is a big devotee. Not that I am this, I am that. So many nice things Prabhupada tells, we should understand, we should realize all these things. Once this Uttam Shlok Prabhu, or Bhaktadas, he was actually made a effort. I am going to tell what is humility, Prabhupada, he wrote a letter to Prabhupada saying that he was invested some money in radio advertisement, and then he kept the books in San Diego temple stores, in San Diego, all the stores. Prabhupada was very pleased that his disciple made such a wonderful effort to sell his books. Of course, not some books were sold, but there was a radio advertisement. Then Prabhupada wrote back saying that I will invest millions of dollars in advertisements if it can help selling my books, like that. Then Prabhupada, he asked Prabhupada, what is humility? Right? Then Prabhupada replied back saying that acting boldly for Krishna. Masala बहुत Once Bhaktadas arranged a lecture where Christian priests, pastors, all they have assembled, all elite crowd, in some church, all they invited Prabhupada to speak. Then as soon as he sat on the Vyasasana, Prabhupada started speaking. He quoted one shloka, which he says he never found, that you are what you eat. So nowadays, everybody is eating pigs. So everybody is like a pig. And then Bhaktadas was dumbfounded that, all these, if you're speaking to hippies, and then if you tell them like that it's a different thing. But, all elite people are sitting there. Elite people are sitting there, and then Prabhupada told you are like pigs. Badrinath Prabhu Maharaj was saying that once Prabhupada gave a lecture in San Diego, some club, and many people they have assembled. And then Prabhupada spoke something, and then then somebody asked, Swamiji, if everybody practices Krishna consciousness and become Krishna conscious and go back to Godhead, what will happen to this world? What did Prabhupada reply? Prabhupada very boldly replied, don't worry, there are many fools like you who will not take up Krishna consciousness. And that person was dumbfounded. Then Prabhupada said, no, I am an old man, I can say anything, get away. Don't say all these things. You don't say all these things. Like that. Another time, Dr. Duvuri, Telugu man I think, he went to, Prabhupada went to his house for taking food. Because Prabhupada used to go, he's not so much worried about eating prasadam and all. Because whatever they cook, when Prabhupada would eat, that becomes prasad. Right? Once they went to Juhu somewhere, somebody's place, they served onion garlic. Prabhupada, onion garlic, shut up and eat. Anyway, don't follow. So after that, from 8:30 from around 8 o'clock onwards, there was discussion. He was a big Mayavadi, and then he was arguing with Srila Prabhupada till 11:30 in the night. Then Prabhupada was so exasperated, said, in my whole life, I have not seen a more foolish person than you in my life. You are the most foolish person in the world. Prabhupada chastised him. Then that man, he started crying, and then he touched the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. He kept his head on the lotus feet of Prabhupada, and he agreed, Swamiji, you are correct. Later on, whole family became devotees, it seems. Till now, they are the biggest, very rich man, biggest supporters of Sandhya temple. Till now. Another time, Prabhupada was speaking in Harvard University. One Indian man, he was asking, everything is one, everything is one. Prabhupada was so angry, he caught his collar. Collar bolte hai na? Collar. He caught his collar. Said, this shirt is made of, so many strings, right? Daga. Where is that daga? Right? How you are saying everything is one? Like that, he chastised him like anything. Prabhupada was very angry, Anyway, I told this many times. Prabhupada, Kyoto or from Tokyo, around 6 hours or 3-4 hours, very little far. So one devotee, he started preaching there. One Indian gentleman, he wanted to offer a building to ISKCON. So they wanted to invite Prabhupada. So Prabhupada went in a bullet train, very fast, bullet train. And to their shock, he invited another Indian sannyasi also. Indian sannyasi also. So they arranged a huge Vyasasana for Prabhupada. And some garlands and all. Prabhupada spoke, everybody, then like that. Then that gentleman said, now that Indian sannyasi will speak, some Ananda, right? Bharati Ananda or somebody. Prabhupada refused to vacate his Vyasasana. He said, I am not vacating. So they arranged another chair for him. And then all the devotees, everybody was looking at Prabhupada. Everybody was looking at Prabhupada. And initially when he was speaking, Prabhupada's mood was okay. Prabhupada's mood was okay. And as the lecture went on, Prabhupada's face became very anger, there is an anger in his eyes, and then he became very stern. What is the word? Stern. Very stern. So they were all wondering what is happening. Prabhupada is becoming angry. What is he speaking? Because he was speaking in Hindi. All the foreign devotees, they are not understanding. Then Prabhupada looked at Burijan Prabhu. So all the disciples, Prabhupada, they were serving Prabhupada. Prabhupada, they would understand. क्या बोलते हैं? समझदार व्यक्ति को इशारा काफी है ना? ये लारी के पीछे ये लिखते हैं ना, ऑटो के पीछे slogans, especially in Delhi and all. Other day, last year when we went, Vishnu also was there. Myself and Mukund Madhav Prabhu and myself, we were all there in the car. We are going to temple. I think airport we are going. There in front of us we saw, one Maruti van. This पीछे लिखा हुआ है. लिखा हुआ है, बीवी से बहस, जिंदगी तहस नहस. बीवी से बहस, जिंदगी. There any married people, don't argue with your wife. Listen to your wife. Darshan Maharaj listened to his wife, at least he went to Svargaloka. Ramchandra listened to his wife to bring that deer. He came back. Ravanasur did not listen to Mandodari. उसको सारे 10 सिर कट गया और अभी तक जलता है. अभी तक जलाते हैं रावणासुर को. इसलिए द मॉरल प्रिंसिपल इज बेटर लिसन टू योर वाइफ इफ यू आर मैरिड. बीवी से बहस, जिंदगी तहस नहस. एनीवे, Prabhupada, then Burijan Prabhu understood what Prabhupada wanted. They took Kartal and Mridanga and they started chanting Hare Krishna and started dancing and all. And then that fellow, that sannyasi became shocked. What is this? They stopped me like that. And then that organizer, that gentleman, he was so angry. Prabhupada did not care, Prabhupada did not care. What is happening, Then that sannyasi went away angrily. Then that man was also very angry. Then they came back to room. Prabhupada, what happened? Why suddenly? Initially he was speaking okay. But after some time he started saying that I am God, everybody is God, Atma, Paramatma, same and all. How can I tolerate? How can I tolerate? That is Prabhupada, Many times I told this. Once Giriraj Maharaj went to one very rich gentleman in Tamil, in Chennai. He took his books, then he wanted to make him a life member. Then that gentleman asked Giriraj Maharaj, why you are not preaching Shankaracharya's philosophy, Shankaracharya's teachings? Giriraj Maharaj tried to, because you cannot attack members, rich people. You have to take donation from them. Why are you not? Then Prabhupada, he said, see, Prabhupada quoted many times. What did Prabhupada quote most times? Shankaracharya's saying, Narayana Paravavyakta. I happened to read a little bit of introduction to Bhagavad-gita written by Shankaracharya. Most beautiful introduction. After the entire Mayavad philosophy. If you read his introduction, you will think that Shankaracharya is such a great devotee. In that introduction only, Shankaracharya wrote, Narayana Paravavyakta. Like that. So, Giriraj Maharaj, after some time he said, okay, this man, then he started, he is a very scholarly person, well read. He started blasting him, arguing with him, defeating Shankaracharya's philosophy. Then he got up, he packed his books, and he said, this fellow is not going to become life member. I'll go. Right? Then he said, Swamiji, wait, come here, come with me. Then he took him inside. Inside there is a huge Radha Krishna deities are there. Giriraj Maharaj offered obeisances. See, I am a devotee of Krishna. I am testing you. Said, I am very pleased with you, where you are very knowledgeable, well read. Your Guru Maharaj trained you nicely. Come, take this check. Then, meanwhile, before that, Giriraj Maharaj wrote a letter to Prabhupada because he was having arguments with his fellow devotees that, because South India, entire South India, all Mayavadis. उसका blood में है. Kerala, unless they go to Gulf, they won't give you donation. Kerala, very difficult to construct temples. Once I used to go to Trishur temple, I got some donation, I gave it to him, 10,000 rupees I gave that devotee. He fainted. 10,000 rupees. Prabhuji, it is impossible to get 1,000 rupees donation in Kerala. 1,000 rupees, big thing, like that. Anyway, so Prabhupada, he wrote a letter to Prabhupada saying that, Prabhupada, we meet so many Mayavadis, should we keep quiet or we should argue with them, try to convince them, like that. So anyway, then Giriraj Maharaj came back to his place, then he received a letter from Prabhupada same day. The letter was lying. Then he opened the letter. Then to answer to your question that what we should do with Mayavadis, Prabhupada said, a Vaishnava never lets go a chance to defeat Mayavadi philosophy. Unfortunately, nowadays in India, I am the only one trying to defeat Mayavadi philosophy. Anyway, I will, there are many times, there is one devotee in San Diego temple. He was very expert in distributing Back to Godhead magazines. Then he had a fall down. Then the temple president was very harsh, and he told everybody not to let Devarshi enter the temple. Then Prabhupada came, right? Then Prabhupada asked, he saw Devarshi loitering around outside the temple. Prabhupada said, why is he not coming inside? Tell him to come. Then he brought him in. He said, why? What happened? He said, aisa fall down ho gaya. So they are not allowing me to enter the temple. Prabhupada said, travel with me. Travel with me. So that is compassion of Prabhupada. Like that. Another time, Uttam Shloka became temple president of Chicago, and then one more, Madhavananda became a temple president of Detroit. When Prabhupada came, he inquired about Govardhan. Where is Govardhan? Prabhupada, he was not chanting. Then Prabhupada was very angry. How do you know that he is not chanting? He is having some problems. Then Prabhupada, he only told that he is not chanting. Then Prabhupada told, at least he is honest. How do I know that you are chanting? Prabhupada told, I want Govardhan back as president. He brought him back. He has done so much service. He is taking care of the temple very nicely. He will become all right. Bring him back. So they removed Sri Govinda and made Uttam Shloka president of Chicago temple. Then Prabhupada, so Sri Govinda came back meeting Prabhupada, expecting that he will put him back. Then Prabhupada told, I think you remain, sometimes change is required. Like that Prabhupada was handling like that. I will narrate a very beautiful pastime and close this lecture. If somebody wants to say something, they can. Till 9:30 Prasad, right? If somebody wants to share some pastime, they can share. Bhaktadas Prabhu and all, they went to one life member's house. And then they were taking Prasad. Then Prabhupada saw, he was very tired, Bhaktadas. Bhaktadas very tired. Then Prabhupada looked at Bhaktadas. Then Prabhupada told him that go and take rest. Go and take rest. That gentleman, Mr. Joshi, he was, I think, in San Francisco. He used to garland Prabhupada with $100 bills. They used to tell, why don't you give, Then he used to wash feet of all the devotees and, like that. Then Prabhupada, then he took him to a bedroom, then he was sleeping. He slept, he blacked out, After some time, there is some noise came, and then he saw Prabhupada. He got down, immediately offered obeisances. And then Prabhupada told, you are very tired, go to sleep. And then amazing thing happened, Then that Joshi, he took out the bed, kambal, and then he made the bed. And then Prabhupada started sleeping next to Bhaktadas. He was completely shocked. Prabhupada's head was very near to Bhaktadas. So that, what is this, that he never has air, that I am the founder Acharya, Guru, this and that. Prabhupada was so considerate, so compassionate, very personal, Once Prabhupada was in San Francisco temple, then Jayananda Prabhu was very busy, and then Uttam Shloka took him to, hey, come, you should come here, you should come. Then Prabhupada was giving darshan, and then Prabhupada, then he came and slept, entire darshan. Then after the lecture, Prabhupada, they wanted to wake up. Prabhupada said, no, let him sleep. He's very tired. Like that. Anyway, thank you very much. There's no time to read. Anybody wants to share some pastime? Give the mic. There.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So very lucid class. So I'll speak about some pastimes regarding chanting.
Regarding?
Chanting. Prabhupada. So Prabhupada had definition of puri and roti. How roti is supposed to be, how much it is blown in a puri, how much it should be a melton, golden, kind of dark like that. That's his definition. So every time they were fail in making that. So once Kurma Prabhu, the famous cook, he brought one big plate and one big puri, and it's all blown completely. And Prabhupada took the finger, he put the hand inside, and all like fume coming out. And Prabhupada said, "Thank you very much for chanting nicely."
Very nice.
Yeah, and there is a, if you see, if you go through all Prabhupada lectures, I have most probably gone through multiple times. And if you read all Prabhupada books, and if you complete all the books written on Prabhupada, more than 50, you will find that any trouble comes, whether it's astrologically, astronomy, or war, anything, Prabhupada has a solution. And he said, I would protect in any situation like that. But only one place he said, I won't protect you. And Prabhupada said, if you don't chant your 16 round, and it's a testing of your determination. And if you don't do that, I also won't protect you. That's one thing. And there are a lot of discussion if you listen Prabhupada.
One point I want to add.
Yes, please.
There is one temple who did survey why devotees fall down, and they found out that before falling down, they have given up chanting.
Yeah, there's one more thing regarding that. During Prabhupada time, like he gave a sannyas to I think 59 devotees. So many times some wants to have a separate institute like Tripurari Maharaj or this, there Siddha Swarup, all that incident. So some were also falling down, So one devotee came and he was telling Prabhupada that, he was sannyasi, he was brahmachari, he fall down. And Prabhupada said, actually falling down means when you stop chanting Hare Krishna.
Chanting?
Not that chanting Hare Krishna.
Wow.
So actual fall down means when you chant, stop chanting Hare Krishna. Not that you change the ashram. That is one more thing he told.
Very nice.
And during Prabhupada time, they had a different discussion was going on many times. If you hear in conversations and morning walk. So once Prabhupada was telling, you should finish all 16 rounds in the morning, like that. Those who chant, they knows that in the morning. So one devotee he was telling, and Prabhupada also stressing to finish 16 rounds in one slot. So one devotee was telling, I chant 12 rounds, then I feel sleep. And they had a whole discussion, and Prabhupada has way to, conclude the discussion. He said, no problem, you sleep 22 hours, but finish 2 hours you're chanting. Like that.
I will add one thing. One devotee, he came from America, he was in Mayapur, and then the temple commander was behind him to do some service. But he was going upstairs on terrace and chanting all the time. You know, holiday, he is not doing any service. Then Prabhupada, went complained to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, he took him. Prabhupada, this guy is not doing any service. All the time he is going up on the terrace and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Please tell him, chastise him. Prabhupada looked at him, said, chanting is not service? He was shocked.
There was one Gurukul boy, small, so the teacher was trying to stress, and Prabhupada was always emphasizing not to push the children. But this devotee was pushing, and he took this boy to the Prabhupada. Now this guy doesn't know what is happening. So he complained to Prabhupada that I tried to preach this small kid and he's not chanting 16 rounds. He's chanting on only 4 rounds. Prabhupada said, you are worrying that he is not chanting 16 rounds. I am worrying that his father is chanting or not. And you know, like one devotee went to Prabhupada and he asked Prabhupada that what pleases you most? What pleases you most? So this question has been asked, at least I have read or heard like more than 10 times. So Prabhupada would reply in different way. You distribute books, you know, if you love Krishna. But maximum Prabhupada has said, if you chant Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
There is one more time, one devotee was telling.
Prabhupada said sometimes, if you are happy,
yeah,
then I am very happy. I am very pleased.
during Prabhupada time, that was the mantra, chant while you can. The Satsvarup Maharaj was telling.
What is that?
Chant while you can.
Why?
Chant while you can.
Why? Achha, chant while you can.
Yeah. One more devotee, he was complaining that I am the only manager, all that, so I couldn't complete my rounds. And Prabhupada said, okay, you go to the bathroom. He said, yes. Do you wait there? He said, yeah. Chant there 1 round. He said, do you go bank? He said, yes. In that way, Prabhupada was taking whole his day's thing. And he said, Prabhupada said, you can actually chant more than 16 rounds.
Very
and
nice.
one more time, in this, one devotee asked Prabhupada, if it is the essence of Shastra is just, you know, Juhu, Krishna Das, all that, why you have written so many books? And Prabhupada said, just to convince you to chant Hare Krishna.
Very nice.
It is endless, but these are some of the I thought of.
Anybody wants to say? Mataji, you want to say? Give it to Radharshan Mataji. Speak slowly.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the nice Prabhupada realization. Since it was all about Bhakta Das, there was one time I heard in Gauranga Prabhu's lecture, very many years ago, when he said that one time one disciple of Srila Prabhupada wrote to Prabhupada saying, Prabhupada, I forgot my name, I just remember Das. So Prabhupada said, that's all that you need to remember. And Prabhupada was very happy with his services. So Prabhupada wrote to him that, you know, I'm so happy with, he was a pujari, and he said, I'm so happy with your service. And he wrote back saying, Prabhupada, those 3 people I'm worshipping on the altar now, who are they? So he didn't even know that he was worshipping Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, but he knew that he was some Das, and he asked Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said that, just remember that you're a Das. And as regards Madhav Prabhu, very nicely he also said so many things. That chant while you can was because one time in a park when Srila Prabhupada told an old couple, you know, chant, 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 and they said, can't, 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 and Prabhupada said, at least chant while you can.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else? Anybody wants to say something? You want to say something? Huh? Okay then. Dhanyavad. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram